While the world looks up to the stars, the real secrets may lie below. Beneath our cities, forests, and mountains are vast underground structures, some built by ancient hands, others cloaked in modern mystery. Why were they created? Who hid them? And what still sleeps beneath our feet? In today's video, we uncover the most astonishing subterranean discoveries ever made. Let's start. Cappadocia, a famous historical site in Turkey, attracts many tourists with its unique volcanic landscape and ancient underground cities. The region's history dates back to the 5th millennium BC, and it was once part of the Persian, Roman, Byzantine, and Ottoman empires. Although trade was active, the area was never densely populated due to its harsh terrain, which limited farming. Despite this, people adapted by carving homes into the soft volcanic tuff, forming caves, tunnels, and cities. These underground cities were first recorded in the 10th century, with 6 discovered so far. The most well-known is Derinkuyu, found in the late 20th century. Built between the 2nd and 1st millennia BC, it has 8 levels reaching 60 meters deep and could house up to 20,000 people and livestock. Derinkuyu included living spaces, stables, dining areas, workshops, wine cellars, churches, and ventilation shafts. It also served as a shelter during attacks, offering both comfort and protection. But while Derinkuyu was a refuge carved by ancient hands, the next structure was forged from Cold War fears and military ambition. Željava is the largest underground airbase in Europe, located near Mount Plusev on the border between Croatia and Bosnia and Herzegovina. The idea began in 1948 when Yugoslavia, inspired by Swedish underground military facilities, decided to build its own with Swedish support. Croatian and Serbian contractors with military construction experience built the base. It cost around $6 billion, making it the most expensive military facility in Europe. The base had 4 main tunnels with a control and diagnostic center above, allowing it to operate independently for up to 1 week. The complex was fully lit and air-conditioned. Powerful radars with protective domes were placed on the mountain, some of which still exist. Surface features included runways and anti-aircraft missile systems for defense. Željava played a role in the 1991 conflict but was destroyed in 1992. With so much money invested, do you think Željava was worth it in the end? Or just a relic of Cold War paranoia? Comment and chat with me. From military might to forgotten elegance, our next stop is a subway station that's less about trains and more about timeless beauty hidden underground. In 1894, the New York State Legislature passed a rapid transit law, launching plans for the city's first subway line from City Hall in Lower Manhattan to the Upper West Side. City Hall Station was designed as a grand loop with either 2 tracks on 2 levels or 4 tracks. Construction began on March 24, 1900, and the station officially opened on October 27, 1904. It served mainly as an entrance, with the Brooklyn Bridge station used for exits, making City Hall less popular among riders. As subway use grew, most stations were upgraded with longer platforms to handle more trains. However, City Hall's sharp curve and proximity to the Brooklyn Bridge made this impossible. Its elegant design, focused more on beauty than function, also limited modernization. The station featured ornate architecture by a Spanish engineer, including 12 floral-patterned chandeliers with nickel trim. Despite its charm, City Hall was closed in 1940 due to its impractical layout. Today, it remains visible to passengers on train number 6, offering a glimpse of New York's most iconic abandoned station. Now let's move from deliberate design to a riddle still unsolved, tiny tunnels that whisper secrets from Europe's ancient past. One of Europe's enduring mysteries is the Eared Tunnels, found across a wide area from western Scotland to southern Turkey. The highest concentration is in Bavaria, Germany, with at least 700 tunnels. Their origin and purpose remain unknown, and estimates of their age range from 12,000 to 500 years. Eared tunnels share unique features. They are narrow, low, oval-shaped, and usually no longer than 50 meters. They also include schluff, small connecting holes about 40 centimeters wide. Despite extensive archaeological work, no artifacts have been found to explain their use. Several theories exist. Some suggest they were shelters, but the lack of air access makes this unlikely. Others propose they were storage spaces, though their size and tendency to flood in winter argue against it. A more imaginative idea links them to mythical beings like gnomes or elves, a theory considered more humorous than serious. Speaking of hidden history, some underground spaces weren't built for mystery, but became shrouded in darkness and legend over time. Before exploring, I have a special 10-second request for all of you listening. If you can help me in any way, just hit the notification bell and hit that subscribe button. It helps this channel so much. And if you do that, I will do everything I can to make this show even better for you. Deal? The Edinburgh vaults are a maze of 120 underground chambers beneath the South Bridge, built in the late 17th century. They were first used for storage, taverns, and workshops. Over time, flooding and neglect made them unsafe, but locals continued to use them, marking the start of a darker chapter in their history. By the early 19th century, the vaults were emptied of goods and became a refuge for the homeless. The conditions were extremely poor, wet, dark, and unsanitary. Illness and crime were common, and the vaults eventually became a hideout for criminal activity. Some groups used the space to store stolen items, and there are reports of more serious offenses occurring there. It is believed that William Burke and William Hare, known for their involvement in body trafficking, temporarily kept remains in the vaults before delivering them to anatomist Robert Knox. Today, the vaults are a tourist attraction, offering insight into the harsh living conditions of the past. Many visitors are also drawn by reports of paranormal events, as the site is linked to numerous legends and eerie encounters. But not all underground spaces were grim. Some became wonders of craftsmanship and devotion, carved out of salt and stories. In the polished town of Wieliczka lies a stunning royal salt mine, recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site. Salt has been mentioned in the area since the year 1044, but full-scale mining began in the 10th century. At first, miners worked manually where brine surfaced, but later developed wells and deep mines. King Casimir II the Great, who ruled from 1333 to 1370, greatly expanded the mine. He built a salt castle, a hospital, and gave miners special rights. The mine remained under royal control for over 1,000 years until Austrian rule began in 1772. Mining continued until the site closed in 1992. Today, the mine spans 7 levels between 57 and 198 meters deep, with 200 kilometers of tunnels. It attracts many tourists with its unique chambers and carvings. The most famous site is the Chapel of St. Kinga, located 101 meters underground. According to legend, Princess Kinga of Hungary brought a salt mine as her dowry and miraculously found her lost ring in polished salt. The chapel features salt sculptures, including a replica of Da Vinci's Last Supper, and is lit by salt crystal chandeliers. It is still in use today. Next, we descend into a city beneath a city, where history, myth, and even ghosts run through ancient aqueducts. Underground Naples is a vast network of tunnels and aqueducts beneath the Italian city. Built in the 5th century BC by the ancient Greeks, it was designed to collect rainwater and expand with the city. The Romans later took control and appointed slim, short workers to maintain the narrow passages, a tradition that lasted for centuries. In the early Middle Ages, some workers abused their access to rob wealthy homes, giving rise to ghost stories about stolen jewelry. By the late 15th century, as Naples grew, importing building materials was banned. Locals began mining tuff by enlarging the tunnels, which led to the expansion of the underground system and the need to reinforce building foundations. The aqueducts remained in use until the late 19th century, when a cholera outbreak forced authorities to drain the wells. During World War II, the tunnel served as a bomb shelter for about 20,000 people. Today, visitors can explore this historic labyrinth on guided tours, making it one of Naples' most popular attractions. But what if these underground networks weren't just for water or worship, but survival in the heat of war? In the northwest of Ho Chi Minh City lies the Q Chi tunnel system, once used by the Viet Cong during the Vietnam War. These tunnels played a key role in helping North Vietnamese forces fight against South Vietnam and the United States. The network included shelters, supply routes, hospitals, weapon storage, and living areas. To protect the tunnels, the Viet Cong placed bamboo traps at entry points. In 1966, United States forces discovered the system and launched Operation Crimp to destroy it, but the mission failed as soldiers feared entering the tunnels. Later bombings and operations also failed to shut them down. The tunnels remained active until North Vietnam's victory in 1975. Stretching 121 kilometers, part of the complex is now a memorial park with sections open to tourists. The experience gives visitors a realistic but safe glimpse into wartime life underground. Now, travel back thousands of years to uncover a water system so advanced it transformed deserts into thriving settlements. Kariz, or Kris, is a traditional underground water system found in Azerbaijan, Central Asia, and Iran. It links a water source to where the water is needed. This system began in Persia about 3,000 years ago, and some still provide drinking water today. On Kish Island, there is a Kariz over 2,500 years old. Locals call it an underground city. Visitors can explore this ancient structure, which is especially beautiful due to the island's coral base. About 16 meters below the surface, tunnels twist around wells and stretch for 8 kilometers. Deeper inside, the Kariz looks even more like a city. During renovations, coral walls were reinforced with stone, adding to their historic feel. To attract tourists, a museum with Persian artifacts and souvenir shops was added. Plans include opening cafes and a cinema, turning the Kariz into a true underground city. Meanwhile, in the shadows of Canada's prairies, tunnels tell tales of trains, trade, and perhaps a gangster or two. Beneath the city of Moose Jaw in Saskatchewan, Canada, lies a historic tunnel network built in 1915. It was first used by railway workers to move coal and reach their jobs during harsh weather. Later, Chinese immigrants used the tunnels as shelter in temporary homes. In the 1920s, during Prohibition, the tunnels became a center for underground activities. Alcohol was secretly produced and sold there, along with hidden entertainment venues. Because of this, Moose Jaw earned the nickname Miniature Chicago, and some believe Al Capone was involved. Today, the tunnels are a popular tourist attraction. Visitors enjoy theatrical tours that bring history to life. The Chicago Connection Tour explores the Prohibition era, Passage Forte shows the challenges faced by Chinese immigrants, and Bunker 24 takes guests into a Cold War setting. The Moose Jaw tunnels offer a unique and memorable experience. But some tunnels aren't for public eyes. They might not exist at all, or so some governments once claimed. Metro 2 is the unofficial name for a secret underground transport system in Moscow, Russia. Once a topic of debate, its existence is now confirmed after parts of it were declassified. Similar systems exist in other countries, like the United States, so it's not surprising that Moscow, Europe's largest city, has one too. Metro 2 reportedly has at least 4 branches stretching over 60 kilometers. Unlike regular metro lines, these tunnels lack contact rails and have deep-set tracks, allowing both trains and cars to pass. The tunnels range from 50 to 250 meters deep. It is believed that several underground bunkers are part of the system, each capable of holding around 15,000 people. However, their exact locations remain secret. Over time, more information has become public. In 2006, a Cold War bunker in Taganka was opened as a museum. In 2008, Bunker 703 near Pavletskaya Station was also declassified. It has 2 levels, one at 11 meters deep and another at 40. More details about Metro 2 may be revealed in the future. We've seen tunnels for secrecy and defense, but how about one built to reach water through thousands of stone steps? In the village of Baori in Rajasthan stands Chand Baori, one of India's most remarkable structures. It is a stepwell with 3,500 steps and a depth of 30 meters. At the bottom is a small green lake, and in its niches are statues of the deities Ganesha and Durga. Experts believe it was built between the 10th and 11th centuries, likely by King Chand of Nikumba. It was meant to provide drinking water during long droughts that follow seasonal rains. However, due to the lack of purification systems and stagnant rainwater, the water was likely unsafe. Chand Baori is shaped like a reversed pyramid with a large square top that narrows downward. 3 walls are lined with steps, and it takes 90 steps to reach the bottom. Locals believe the well may be older and tell legends of demons building it in one day. It is also linked to ghost stories after fatal accidents in the past. Though it failed to provide clean water, Chand Baori remains a stunning historical site that attracts many visitors to Baori. Love exploring the forgotten corners of history? Subscribe and join our underground community of truth seekers, explorers, and curious minds. And when fear of war rose in the East, one country went deeper than any before, to prepare for the unthinkable. China, like many countries, has underground shelters for public safety. One of the largest is Cheng, located in Beijing. This vast network of tunnels and chambers covers more than 85 kilometers and is often called the Great Underground Wall of China. Construction began in the 1970s during the Sino-Soviet split, driven by Mao Zedong's fear of Soviet bombings. The shelter was designed to hold Beijing's entire population at the time, around 6 million people. Cheng included classrooms and clinics for children, and shops, cinemas, restaurants, and even a roller skating rink for adults. It also stored grain, weapons, and other supplies. Some areas were used to grow mushrooms and crops. The shelter was built to support long-term survival during a nuclear war, though thankfully it was never needed for that purpose. Some underground cities are born from fear, others from centuries of communal effort. Let's explore a sanctuary carved from limestone. In the village of Naur, in the French province of Picardy, lies a large underground complex carved into limestone more than 30 meters deep. Known as the underground city of Naur, its construction began around the 9th century and was gradually expanded by residents. Over time, the tunnels widened and the rooms grew larger, eventually housing up to 3,000 people and their livestock. The complex was a haven, especially during times of conflict. It included 300 rooms and 28 corridors, with living areas, livestock quarters, bakeries, shops, and 3 chapels. The design was thoughtful. For example, smoke from bakery ovens was vented through hidden passages to avoid detection and maintain comfort. After peace returned to Western Europe, the city was abandoned and later rediscovered in the late 19th century. In 2000, parts of the tunnels were opened to the public and became a tourist attraction. Today, Naur is the largest underground shelter in northern France, though much of it remains closed. From hiding people to hiding goods, the next passage takes us into the gritty and rebellious spirit of smuggling Britain. In Cornwall, England, there are many underground tunnels, some over 2,500 years old. These stone-lined passages, called fog tunnels, were man-made. Some newer ones were built for smuggling. From the 16th to the 19th century, smugglers in towns like Hale used these tunnels for secret trading. Many were fishermen or small traders trying to support their families. They brought in popular goods at low prices and sold them for a profit. To avoid detection, some tunnels led directly to pubs or private homes. While smuggling eventually ended, the tunnels remain today as a reminder of Cornwall's challenging history. And finally, we come to a place built to outlast the end of the world itself, an underground fortress designed for global defense. In 1958, during the Cold War, the U.S. military chose Mount Cheyenne in Colorado as the site for an underground bunker for the North American Aerospace Defense Command. The mountain, standing 2,915 meters above sea level, was chosen for its depth and low seismic activity. Construction started in 1961 and took 3 years. Blasting was done carefully to protect the mountain. The project was public, and even the Soviet Union was informed. It soon became a well-known symbol of US defense, often called the Doomsday Bunker. The bunker lies 61 meters underground and features a 3-story command center. A reinforced concrete dome protects it from collapse. The entrance is through a curved tunnel over 1.5 kilometers long. The total area is 18,000 square meters. During the Cold War, about 1,000 people worked there. To support long stays, the facility included a hospital, gym, fitness room, sauna, and hairdresser. After over 30 years of use, it was put into standby mode in 2006. In 2015, it was reactivated as NORAD's command center. Do you believe there are still undiscovered underground cities hidden beneath our feet? Or have we already seen it all? Share your theory, we want to hear the wild ones too. If you found today's video interesting, don't hesitate to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Your support is very important to us. Be sure to check out the next video appearing on your screen. You're sure to love the content we bring. Please leave a comment about which country you'd like us to explore next. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.
Thanks for being with us. Leave a comment, like to show your support, and remember to hit that subscribe button for more exciting videos. See you next time.